Gold, the metal that outlived empires. The metal that buried empires but never died. What if I told you that every empire that laughed at gold eventually collapsed? Kings fell, nations vanished, currencies turned to paper dust. But one thing survived every war, every recession, every revolution: gold. Not because it shines, but because it exposes lies. This is not just a story about a metal. This is the story of why the world secretly bows to gold, and why the people who understood it early never truly became poor. When empires were young. Long before banks, before stock markets, before digital money, there was a universal agreement among humans. Gold equals trust. The Egyptians buried it with kings. The Romans built empires on it. The Chinese dynasties measured power with it. Empires rose not because they printed money, but because they stored value. Gold didn't need laws to be valuable. It didn't need belief systems. It didn't need governments. It was valuable in every language, every culture, every century. That alone should tell you something. Paper promises versus real value. Then something changed. Rulers discovered a dangerous trick. What if we replace gold with paper and call it money? At first, the paper was backed by gold. Then, slowly, quietly, it wasn't. Rome diluted its gold coins. The empire weakened. Inflation rose. Trust collapsed. France did it. Germany did it. Zimbabwe did it. Venezuela did it. Every time paper money detached from real value, history repeated itself like a curse. And every time, gold remained silent, waiting. The Great Depression's secret lesson. During the Great Depression, millions lost everything. Jobs vanished, banks collapsed, hope evaporated. But here's the part history textbooks whisper instead of shout. People who held gold, land, or hard assets didn't disappear. Governments even confiscated gold because they knew something terrifying. If people held gold, governments lost control. Gold doesn't obey political speeches. Gold doesn't respond to propaganda. Gold doesn't care who's in power. That's why it scares systems built on debt. Why gold outlived empires. Empires die for one reason. They overprint, overborrow, and overpromise. Gold does none of that. You cannot print gold. You cannot fake scarcity. You cannot inflate it into worthlessness. When empires collapse, gold doesn't celebrate. It simply remains. That's power without noise. The hidden truth they don't teach. Here's the truth most people never hear. The wealthy don't hate gold. They quietly accumulate it. Not always as jewelry, not always as bars, but as insurance against chaos. While the public is distracted by trends, crypto hype, and quick wins, institutions quietly rebalance into hard assets when fear rises. Gold moves before collapse becomes obvious. That's why it's called a fear asset, but only for those who don't understand it. Gold in modern times. Today, currencies are digital. Money is numbers on screens. Debt is invisible but massive. Yet central banks are buying gold at record levels. Ask yourself, why would the people who control money still trust a metal older than civilization? Because when systems shake, gold speaks the truth. The psychology of gold. Gold doesn't make you rich overnight, and that's why most people ignore it. It rewards patience, it punishes greed, it protects, not excites. And that's the lesson most never learn. Wealth is not built by chasing excitement. It's built by surviving every cycle. The final revelation. Every empire that believed it was smarter than gold collapsed. Gold watched Rome fall. It watched monarchies disappear. It watched paper millionaires become beggars. And it's still here, quiet, unimpressed, waiting. This is not financial advice. This is historical truth. Trends come and go. Empires rise and fall. Currencies are born and buried. But gold? Gold doesn't chase the future. It survives it. If this story opened your eyes, even a little bit, you already understand why gold never needed marketing. History does that for it.